Hello everyone, it's Alicia Malone. Happy holidays! This is my Christmas dance, I think. I'm getting into the spirit with my favorite Christmas sweater, an excuse to wear, ya filthy animal. And I also have for you 2 great picks to watch in the theatre and 2 to watch at home over your Christmas break. So let's get into it with a pick at the theatre, one that you'll definitely need to take tissues to. It's called A Monster Calls. It's based on a book and it's directed by J.A. Bayona, who's about to do Jurassic World 2. He also did The Impossible and The Orphanage. And like those 2 movies, this is also about growing up. But it's also about grief and it's about the stories that we tell ourselves to get through it all.
I have come to get you, Connor O'Malley.
The story centers on a young boy who's trying to cope with so many things. His mother's illness, relating to his tough grandmother, and the fact that his father lives so far away. And those 3 are played by Felicity Jones, Sigourney Weaver, and Toby Kebbell. And then right when Connor is at his lowest point, a giant tree monster arrives with Liam Neeson's voice to tell him 3 stories. 3 stories that are going to show him how to cope with all of this.
What shall I destroy next?
Break the windows!
Break them yourself.
It's okay that you're angry. I'm angry too. And if you need to break things, by God, you break them.
Now the stories are rendered so beautiful on the big screen with watercolor-like animation that completely sucks you in, and it's very emotional. I thought that it dealt with grief in a very touching way and not emotionally manipulative at all. That was my opinion, but I have to say, when I saw it at the Toronto Film Festival, everyone around me was sobbing. I just heard so much sniffling, and even me, who never really cries in movies, found myself a big sobbing mess at the end of this one. You can see A Monster Calls in select theatres this weekend, and it's going to be expanding very soon.
I wish I had 100 years. 100 years I could give to you. I'm afraid.
Of course you are afraid, but you will make it through. For this is why you called me. Come on.
The next film out in theatres this weekend is one you've probably heard a lot about recently because it had a big awards watch on it, but then it didn't get any nominations for Golden Globes or SAGs. I'm talking about Silence by Martin Scorsese. Could still be an Oscar contender, we have to wait and see. But that was a bit of a surprise snub because this is Scorsese's dream project. This is his passion project, the film that he's been trying to make for 28 years. It's all about faith and religion and follows Jesuit priests in 17th century Japan.
Ferreira is lost to us. He renounced God in public and surrendered the faith.
That's not possible. Father Ferreira risked his life to spread our faith all over Japan.
It seems to me that our mission here is more urgent than ever. We must go find Father Ferreira.
It must be Liam Neeson week because Silence stars Liam Neeson along with Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, and brilliant Japanese actor Issei Ogata. This is a long, sometimes really tough to get through movie, but beautifully made. There is no denying, whether you can relate to the religious aspect or not, whether you can relate to the plight of these priests or not, the struggle that they go through. What you can't deny is how beautiful this film looks. It is full of mist and shadows and beautiful locations and looks so great on the big screen. Of course, it's mainly about the questions that are talked about in the film. It's all about having doubt, having faith, and it's these kind of questions that you can see Scorsese himself has been mulling over.
The price for your glory is their suffering.
Silence is definitely not Scorsese's best film by any means. It's also not his most entertaining, but there's no doubt that it's a very well-made movie by one of the greatest directors we have working today. So you can see Silence in limited theatres this weekend and then should be expanding very soon.
I pray, but I'm lost. Am I just praying to silence?
And now to the two films available on video on demand this week. The first one I've actually spoken about before on this show, and it's one of my favorite films of the year, American Honey. This is Andrea Arnold's road movie, her coming of age, slice of life, lyrical drama, which follows a young girl played by the wonderful Sasha Lane, who joins a group of misfits who travel around Middle America selling magazine subscriptions, but it's all a scam.
It's a business opportunity. We go door to door, we sell magazines, we explore like America, we party. Come with us.
For me personally, American Honey is an enthralling road movie that shows you a subculture that you don't often see on screens. It's full of music and full of colors and shot in 4:3 aspect ratio, which makes it seem like you're really peeking into a window into these people's lives. And you can see American Honey on video on demand. Check it out, trust me.
Scared? Bang.
And last but not least, there's a really interesting documentary which definitely blurs the lines between fact and fiction. It's called Kate Plays Christine, and it follows the plight of an actress as she prepares to play the role of Christine Chubbuck, the news reporter who killed herself live on air.
If you're going to play this role, you need to have like a simmering undercurrent of some kind of resentment or personal turmoil. The fact that she asked for her show to be videotaped that day indicates to me premeditation. She's plotting something.
But here's the twist. There is actually no movie that she's preparing for. There is no movie that exists in real life. Instead, this documentary is kind of looking at the fascination we have in turning these morbid true stories like Christine's into a piece of entertainment, and also the kind of transformation process that actors have to go through when they're playing real life people. It's a process that we don't usually get to see, we just hear about.
I'm trying to get as close to it as I can. It seems to be somewhat compulsive.
And we also don't get to see the emotional toll that playing a dark and disturbing role can have on an actor. This is a fascinating documentary. It's a riveting experiment. I encourage you to check out Kate Plays Christine on video on demand this weekend.
You die 2 times. You die when you pass away, and then you die the last time somebody mentions your name.
It's recap time in cinemas this weekend. You can see the emotional, A Monster Calls, the religious, Silence, At Home. You can watch, I don't know what this song is, but it's okay, the lyrical, American Honey, or the experimental, Kate Plays Christine. Yeah. Okay, enough of that madness, because it is the end of Fandango Indie Movie Guide. I'm Alicia Malone. You can chat to me anytime on Twitter at Alicia Malone. You can also leave a comment below because I read all of them. Let me know what you've seen lately, what indie film you've seen lately that you have loved. I want to hear about it. And happy holidays! I'm not going anywhere these holidays, so I will see you again next week.